Right in the center of the pool, this is Shouka. And last but certainly not least, one of our largest killer whales here at SeaWorld San Diego. He tips the scales at just under 10,000 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ulises. Now, killer whales are incredibly intelligent animals, and we're really lucky to have 11 killer whales right here at SeaWorld San Diego. Now, scientists believe that because of their intelligence, they're also incredibly social animals, and they use these social capabilities to work really well together. So right in the center of the pool, get your cameras ready. We're going to have all three of our killer whales coming out to say hello to you. This is Orkid, Shouka, and Ulises. Now, of our 11 killer whales, we have 5 males and 6 females.
You can see how different each killer whale is. But did you know there are even bigger differences in the wild? Would you be surprised if I told you there are actually different kinds of killer whales? Scientists refer to them as ecotypes. They live in different habitats, they have different body types, and they even pursue different kinds of food. While killer whale ecotypes are different, they're also considered members of one species, or Orca. One of the questions we get asked all the time is, how big does a killer whale grow to be? Well, that answer depends on what ecotype you're talking about. Is it a 16-foot female in Iceland or a 30-foot male in Antarctica? Let's take a closer look.
The remarkable thing about killer whales, no matter which type, is that they are found throughout our global ocean. From the Arctic to the Antarctic, and literally everywhere in between. They are found in so many different habitats and depend on such a variety of marine life for survival that killer whales are more intertwined with the fate of our ocean than any other marine animal. Truly, these awesome animals are the living symbol of our ocean, representing so much more than their own species.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for Shouka, Orkid, and Ulises. Okay, let's check out some of your great questions. Here we go. So many people wonder about our trainers. In fact, raise your hand if you've ever wanted to be an animal trainer. Wow, that's a lot. Then you should meet our team of dedicated trainers who interact with our family of whales every day. On the main stage, we have Amy, Shannon, Vicky, and Lindy. Our trainers are so passionate about what they do here every day. And that reminds me of another one of your great questions. Here it is. Do the trainers talk to the whales? I'll let you answer that one, Shannon.
That is a great question. We may not talk to the whales the way you and I talk to one another, but we've taught the whales a variety of hand signals that helps us to communicate with them. This ongoing communication allows us to establish strong relationships with the whales, and because of this strong connection, we're able to answer important questions through research.
Here at SeaWorld, we have a unique opportunity to conduct research about killer whales, asking important questions that can only be answered in a setting like this. So much of what we learn here is being used to help killer whales in the wild. Of course, there are other questions that can only be explored by studying whales in the ocean. By exploring questions both at SeaWorld and in the wild, our combined research gives all of us a better understanding of killer whales and the places they live.
And that's what I call working together. Research flowing in both directions, from our park to the wild and back again. That way everyone benefits. Okay, let's view another question. Oh, perfect! This individual wonders why whales jump, and I just happen to have that emoji. Look! You know, killer whales communicate in a lot of different ways. Sometimes they vocalize, and sometimes they use their body. A jump like that is called a breach. They're making a sound on top of the water. When a whale uses its body to slap the water, it creates a commotion both above and below the surface. This could be to show their excitement, display a little power, or even to get the attention of other whales. Some of you may have heard about Kalia's new calf, Amaya. Our SeaWorld social media fans actually helped us name her. And here at SeaWorld, we watch newborn calves rely on their mothers for everything, from the very first moment of birth.
As a calf grows and gains some independence, it is looked after by other whales in the pod too. They help the mother protect the calf, teach it survival skills, and show the calf how to romp and play. Killer whales live in family-like groups known as pods. Like human families, their pods can range in size from just a handful of whales up to a few dozen.
Okay, here's another one of those important questions. Does having a killer whale breeding program at SeaWorld help whales in the wild? Absolutely. Our successful breeding program helps us understand the developmental needs of pregnant mothers, newborn calves, and young killer whales. This is critical information because that is the time when killer whales are most vulnerable in the wild. Gaining this kind of knowledge is only possible through the research we're able to do right here at SeaWorld.
Recently, SeaWorld worked with researchers from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, to help them develop a model for identifying when a killer whale is pregnant by looking at aerial images of the animal in the wild. Prior to this cooperative effort, where SeaWorld provided direct, unparalleled access to our pregnant whales, researchers had no solid way of knowing whether or not a female in the wild was carrying a calf.
Wow, now that's a lot of questions. Believe it or not, we get them every day.
We sure do. You know, the killer whales all communicate to one another using a variety of different sounds. Let's listen. That's everyone's favorite. You know, each type of killer whale, each pod has their own dialect, their own type of language. But don't forget, they use body language too.
Sometimes they blow bubbles, bump into each other, or even scratch each other with their teeth, causing rake marks. These are the multi-line marks you may see on the skin of some dolphins and killer whales. This is just one of the ways these animals display dominance over one another during social interactions, both in the wild and here at SeaWorld. We've just learned how killer whales vocalize and use body language to communicate with each other. Do you remember how we communicate with them? That's right, through signals. Here at SeaWorld, we communicate with our whales, and we want the next generation to be able to do the same.
That's right. Now this is one of our favorite parts of the entire show, where we have two very special volunteers, Joaquin and Aiden, who are going to be able to meet Shouka and Orkid today. All right, Joaquin and Aiden, what I want you two to do, both of your whales are looking at you. I want you guys to spin in a circle. Ready, go. And look at them, they're dancing with them. Now, boys, what I want you to do next, this is a really special way to say hello to your killer whales. I want you to put both of your hands out in front of you, and I want you to throw them up over your heads. That just means they like you guys a lot. All right, boys, now one last thing we want you to do. Turn around, face the cameras, wave at the crowd. We're going to have Orkid and Shouka wave to both of you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Aiden and Joaquin.
Don't you think they did a great job? Okay, here's another one of those great questions. Who takes care of you, Shamu? I love that question because it lets us give you a peek at how much we care for these extraordinary animals. Hey Shannon, are the trainers ready?
We certainly are. Now all the training that you see here every day at SeaWorld allows us to take care of the whales and make sure that they're healthy. So if you look at Amy working with Orkid here, Orkid is presenting her tail. And this is incredibly important to us because it allows us to draw blood samples from Orkid and all of our whales to ensure that they're as healthy as possible. Now the slide out behavior that you see Shouka doing right now is a way for us to ensure that our whales are growing healthy and strong, or if they're adults, that they're maintaining the proper weight. We have a scale in one of our DAC pools that we can ask this same behavior on so we can ensure that all the whales are growing healthy, especially calves. Now we also do a variety of high energy behaviors here that you're about to see Orkid do. And these high energy behaviors are incredibly important. You'll see her do a small jump over in the corner of the pool there. And now focus your cameras, get ready in the center of the pool. She's going to do a fantastic, amazing jump right about now. Now these high energy behaviors are incredibly important to ensure that all the whales get the exercise that they need on a daily basis.
Now I know our guests may also wonder, how much does a killer whale need to eat every day to stay healthy?
All of our killer whales have different dietary needs, and because of us weighing them twice weekly, we're able to monitor these dietary needs as well. So Shouka, who is a 22-year-old female, she eats about 90 pounds of fish a day, and Orkid, over on the left, she's a 27-year-old female, she eats about 110 pounds of fish a day. Now let's see, ladies, would you like one fish? No? Okay. Maybe two, yeah, try two. No, not two fish either. Well, that's a good idea. Maybe, I think I know what they want. They want the whole bucket. Right, ladies? Now, it's important to note that no matter what the killer whales do each and every day, they will receive their entire amount of fish every day.
Because we've been able to determine how much killer whales eat at different stages throughout their life, researchers in the field can use that information to determine if ocean habitats are healthy enough for killer whale populations to thrive. And that kind of information is invaluable.
You know, food, exercise, and physicals from our veterinarians aren't all that our killer whales need every day. They also need the type of mental stimulation that comes from learning, interaction, and play. Now, one of the really important things that we do here is challenge the whales by giving them different types of toys and allowing them different types of games. So if you look up on the big screens, you'll see some of our whales playing with some of their favorite toys, maybe kelp that they really seem to enjoy as well. Now, if you draw your attention to the sides of the pool, we'll also see our trainers working with their whales and playing different games with them. So over on the left side of the pool, we see Amy, and she's throwing Orkid really big chunks of ice cubes. Orkid absolutely loves these ice cubes. The best way to her heart is through her food and through these huge ice cubes. Now, Amy and Orkid have been working together for quite some time, and they've established a really strong relationship. Over on the right side, you'll see Lindy, and she's playing a water core game with Shouka. Now, we can also give all of our whales different types of enrichment to keep them mentally stimulated, to build our relationship with them, and ensure that they're having a great time every single day. Now, no matter the amount of toys and games that we play with all of our whales here at SeaWorld San Diego, we find that the best type of enrichment for them comes from interaction with other whales and their team of experienced trainers.
Okay, how about one for the kids? I know all of you want to know who would win if a killer whale squared off with a great white shark. How many of you think the shark would win? Raise your hand. A few of you. How many of you think the killer whale would win? That's right, the killer whale. You see, a shark hunts alone, while a killer whale hunts with a pod of killer whales. So it's not even a competition. Killer whales have even been known to hunt a blue whale. Do you know how big a blue whale is? At over 80 feet, it's the largest animal ever to exist on the planet. The killer whales can hunt these huge animals because they coordinate, collaborate, and cooperate. They work together as a group to overcome challenges much bigger than themselves. We can learn a lot from them about how to overcome the challenges our ocean faces. In fact, if we collaborate like the killer whales, we could change the fate of the ocean and maybe even our world. Awesome, we've got some more questions. These are some really common questions that always come in. Here we go. First one. Why do some dorsal fins curve? That's a great question. You see, dorsal fins don't have any skeletal support, such as bones or cartilage, to support their height and weight. They're made completely of connective tissue. If the animal spends more time at the surface of the water, the tissue in the fin may weaken and the fin may start to bend. We occasionally see curved dorsal fins in the wild and here at SeaWorld. Next question. How fast can they swim? Well, depending on their body weight, killer whales can swim up to 30 miles an hour. Let's check it out.
It's going real fast.
Not bad, right? Next question. How much water can their tails splash? Their tail, or flukes as they're called, are really strong and can fling a whole lot of water about halfway up these stands. Last question. If all the whales splashed all at once, could they get the whole audience wet? Well, maybe not the whole audience. Wow, now that was refreshing. You know, killer whales are so inspiring. In fact, the more we learn about them, the more we realize they represent more than just themselves. Truly, to better understand the killer whale is to better understand the ocean. Never stop wondering about the natural world around you. Be sure to visit SeaWorldSanDiego.com for your free download of the Killer Whales Up Close book and share it with your family and friends.
From all of us to all of you, thank you for coming, thank you for wondering, and thank you for caring. We hope you enjoyed Killer Whales Up Close. Please come join us later.